Okay guys, just a quick video for number 16 because I had a ton of questions on it. And this is mainly for Adam, so shout out to Adam who was asking questions on this one. And it was really hard to explain through text, just responses. So when I'm looking at 16, I should notice the pattern here. This looks almost exactly like our cosine of u plus v, which says it's cosine of the first angle, cosine of the second angle, minus sine of the first angle, sine of the second angle. That looks almost exactly the same as that. So we're going to actually condense that down to cosine of u plus v equals 1, where u is that first angle, x, and v is that second angle, 2x. So now we can actually add the x and 2x to say that is cosine of 3x equals 1. And ignoring for a second that that's 3x, we can say where is the cosine equal to 1? Well, the cosine is equal to 1 at 0. So we're going to say that 3x equals 0. And this is where we're going to kind of look at this two separate ways. One way is the way that I kind of think of it intuitively, and another way is the way you might have thought about it when you did your Khan Academies last week. So here's my first intuitive way. So when I say 3x equals 0, that 3 is our frequency. That 3 is our frequency. So that means we aren't just making one trip around the circle. We're making 1, 2, 3 trips around the circle. So when I'm kind of envisioning this, our first answer is right here at 0. That's trip 1. Go a second trip around the circle and we hit that again at 2 pi. Go a third trip around the circle and we hit that again at 4 pi. So the answer isn't just 0, it's 3x equals 0, 3x also equals 2 pi, and 3x also equals 4 pi. But for simplicity, I'm going to write that all together just so I don't, just to save space actually. So here are our three answers. But that solved for 3x. That did not solve for x. So what would we do next? We divide by 3, and we're going to divide each of them by 3. So x equals 0, 2 pi over 3, and 4 pi over 3. So that 3 is an indication that we have 3 sets of solutions, meaning we need to make that full circle 3 times. Okay, so this is method 1. Let's check out another way you could think about this one. So I would still come to the same solution, 3x equals 0. But if you're doing this like those Khan Academy problems last week, we need to say plus n times 2 pi. Because, every rotation of the circle, we come back to 0. So plus n times 2 pi. Now, we still divide by 3. And everything gets divided by 3. X equals 0 plus n times 2 pi over 3. Well, if we're looking for the solutions between 0 included and 2 pi excluded, I need to figure out how many of those actually fit between 0 and 2 pi. Well, so the first one is going to be 0. The next one is going to be plus 1 times 2 pi over 3, so it's just pi over 3. The other one is going to be another 2 pi over 3, so it's like saying plus 2 pi over 3, and we end up with 4 pi over 3. Then we would have plus another pi over 3, so plus another 2 pi over 3. That would bring us to 6 pi over 3, which that is 2 pi, and so now that's outside of the domain. We want our domain to stop at 2 pi, but not include 2 pi. So that means we reached our limit right there with 4 pi over 3. That was the last one, and we can stop there. And this will work out every single time. That 3x led us to 3 solutions. That 3x led us to 3 solutions. It's like saying we have 3 times as many solutions because we have 3 times as many rotations of the wheel. Okay, so here are 2 ways to go about this problem. Again, just to kind of walk you through it, in my method number 1 over here, I kind of say this 3 tells me I need to go 3 solutions instead of just 1. So I make 3 full rotations of the wheel, find those values, and then divide by 3. My method number 2 over here is to just start by creating this expression, saying, well, it is not just 0, it's 0 plus n times 2 pi. Then dividing by 3 and counting out 3 solutions. Okay, hopefully that helps with number 16. If you guys have any questions, post them to the stream underneath this. Maybe I can attach another video. Thanks, guys.